Sydney McCaffrey, 232034. Well, Mr. Moorhead, you can log off. You're all set.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland praying on behalf of Mrs. McCaffrey. Ms. McCaffrey, would you please state your name for the record?
Cindy McCaffrey.
All right. And so today is the date scheduled for probation violation. Ms. McCaffrey was sentenced to probation on December 5th of 2023 for public intoxication. And it's alleged that on March 16th and April 22nd that she tested positive for alcohol. And counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we are prepared to enter a guilty plea to the allegations and waive any sort of contested hearing.
All right, please raise your right hand.
Yes.
All right.
Your Honor.
And you heard the allegations, ma'am, correct?
Correct.
And as to those allegations, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And the recommendation specifically is for you to continue and complete all terms of probation, revoke under advisement status, $50 probation violation fee, 45 days on the alcohol tether, and 10 days jail suspended is what is recommended. Do you understand that?
I do understand that.
All right, and counsel, if you can please voir dire your client.
Sure. Ms. McCaffrey, are you currently on probation out of the Wyandotte District Court?
Yes, I am.
As a term and condition of probation, are you to not test positive for any drugs or alcohol that's not prescribed?
That's correct.
Did you in fact test positive for alcohol on March 16th and April 22nd of this year?
Yes, I did.
And you understand that that's a violation of your probation, correct?
Yes.
Satisfied, Judge.
All right, the court is also satisfied. The plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea. And enter probation violation, technical violations 1 and 2. As to the recommendation, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor, I would just ask that any sort of jail time be suspended at this time. Ms. McCaffrey's been upfront, open and honest. She made a mistake. She understands the ramifications of doing this again. I can assure you that it's not going to happen. Taking that all into account, Judge, I would just ask that the recommendation be adopted on her behalf.
All right, so ma'am, what was going on that March 16th you tested positive for alcohol?
I really honestly don't have any. I messed up. I don't really have an excuse. My brother was buried again that day. We put his ashes down. So that was the 16th. As for April 22nd, I really don't have an excuse. Sorry.
So if you were to test today, what's in your system?
Nothing.
Please.
I'm okay. Thank you, sir. No, nothing would be in my system today, miss.
And what was it that you had to drink those days? Let's talk about the March date, ma'am. How much did you have to drink that day?
I mean, I honestly can't recall. That was a month and a half ago. I really don't recall.
And I recall when we had the sentencing that this court removed the alcohol tether. I mean, you were 0.389 on the date of your offense. So what type of treatment have you been participating in?
I've been doing siblings and grief support group. I've been doing my AA, which I did not print the sheets off today, but I do have all of the verifications in my phone if you would like to look through them and see the AA verifications. I've been going to my fan meetings on the third Thursday of every month through Downriver in Lincoln Park.
Did you go to the last one?
Yes, I did.
What was the last one about?
The last one was about, I'm trying to think what the last one was about, miss. I'm sorry. I know it was about getting your license back. One before that, they did about getting your, how to do like yoga and motivation, stuff like that. That way you can like ease your mind to like do things. I'm sorry, like it's not really nervous.
Okay. Did you see me there or no?
I don't believe you were at the last one. You were the last one I saw you announce at was when I went to the one on December 25th when they had their Christmas party. And they announced that you were there.
I was there at the last one.
Oh, okay.
And the topic was resumes.
Okay.
And so you're at that one?
Yeah, I was there. I'm sorry, everything I have going on between that and counseling and everything, it's really mentally, it's a lot, but I've been
And
doing.
it's not meant to be overwhelming, it's meant to be helpful.
And I understand that, but it is.
I understand it's overwhelming
It is.
until you get your routine.
And I have been seeing my counselor as well. I just saw him last Tuesday, and I have a meeting this upcoming Saturday. It's a telehealth one, and then I see him the following Thursday as well. So we're doing weekly meetings with him as well, and that's through Higuera at the Taylor location.
Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order probation to be completed or to continue and complete all terms of probation. I'm revoking your under advisement status. $50 probation violation fee. The court's going to order 10 days jail. I'm going to suspend that, which means, ma'am, that that jail is still there. If there's another violation, I'll address the violation, and then there could also be the additional 10 days.
Okay, I understand.
45 days on the alcohol tether. Any questions?
No, I just want to make sure I just continue doing what I've been doing so far. As far as going to my counseling and my AA meetings and my grief counseling and such.
And are you working?
Yes.
Where are you working?
I worked at in Taylor on Wick Road.
All right, very good. Okay, ma'am, keep it up. All right, I understand that sometimes there's some setbacks, but keep moving forward.
Okay. Do I need to go see my probation officer?
Yes, have a seat over in probation, and the shine will be with you shortly, okay?
Okay, thank you so
All
much.
right, good luck to you. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Okay. Go!
Hand me my screen box.
Now go freak. Rah.
The city of Wyandotte versus Billy Heisler, 24240. And sir, your name for the record, please.
Billy Joe Heisler.
Okay, and sir, you previously waived your right to an attorney, and I just want to confirm a couple things before we proceed. And so you do understand, sir, that you are in court today on criminal charges, correct?
Yes,
And you also understand that you have the right to have an attorney represent you at all critical stages of the criminal process. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
And you previously represented yourself at the arraignment pretrial, and you had waived an attorney. You've waived your right to an attorney to represent you. Do you want to continue with waiving your right to an attorney, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You do understand, sir, that there is an attorney that's available to speak with you and to represent you at no cost. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. And you, in knowing all that, you want to continue with waiving your right to an attorney.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. And you did receive, sir, a copy of your pre-sentence report and recommendation, correct?
I did not receive a copy. I had talked to the probation department on Friday, but I didn't receive a copy of the recommendation or the PSI.
Okay, well, sir, let's go, all right, let's go through this then, since you don't have a copy of it. This is indicating that your original offense was malicious destruction of property, that your convicted offense is disturbing the peace, and that the owner of the, or the victim, the owner of the store,
There was no store, Your Honor.
oh no, sorry, I'm sorry. Ms. Rakumis owns the car, correct?
Correct, which we have a kid in common together.
Okay, so I'm going to get to that. And so she's requesting restitution. She is here. There is a request for restitution, the amount of $3,200 $17.51. The estimate has been provided.
Where
And
does that figure come from, Your Honor?
Sir, hold on, sir, I'm going to get to that in just one moment. I'm
Okay.
going through the report with you since you didn't provide an email address and one could not be emailed to you and you're on Zoom. So otherwise, if you were in person, you would have a copy of this. And it appears as though one could have been mailed to you, but there wasn't enough time or there was concern that you wouldn't receive it in time before today's sentencing date. And so then I'm showing here that you did provide a written statement. And that written statement was, I keep my kid's mom's car. I was tired of her constantly keeping my kid from me. The FOC judge has dismissed all of her allegations and she just keeps trying. It was years of built up stress and anger. That was your written statement. And then it shows the offense date of March 2nd of 24. You're eligible for early termination of probation if this court sentences you to probation. You have not been fingerprinted. I'm showing your driving record and criminal history are as follows. Reckless driving out of Romulus in 2000, driving while license suspended in 2001 out of Romulus, a felony breaking and entering a vehicle with damage to vehicle, Eastern Michigan University in 2001, MSP Metro South, fleeing and eluding officer 4th degree and driving while license suspended, both of those in March of 02. October of 02, driving while license suspended out of Woodhaven. January of 03, attempt felony home invasion 1st degree out of Flat Rock. April of 07, out of Plymouth, driving while license suspended, 2nd offense. Out of Minnesota, petty misdemeanor, 2010. 2008, Westland failed to display a valid license. That was in May of 2008. June of 2008, Westland driving while license suspended, 2nd offense. July of 2008, driving while license suspended, 2nd offense out of Royal Oak. June of 15, improper transportation of medical marijuana in a vehicle and driving while license suspended, both out of Howell. 2018, MSP Marshall Post, felony prisons bringing contraband into the prison. And in 2019, there was a domestic violence dismissed. Is that accurate regarding your criminal history and driving record, sir, to the best of your recollection?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, and then the general background information, I'll just read it, sir, and you can tell me if there's anything. I'll go paragraph by paragraph, and you can let me know if there's anything that needs to be corrected, okay?
Okay.
The defendant is a 41-year-old single male. He reported that he has been residing in his current address at Lincoln Park for 10 plus years. The defendant resides with his fiance. He has 4 children. The defendant indicated that his youngest child lives with him. He reported that his parents are deceased. The defendant has 2 siblings but has no relationship with them. He reported a stable childhood. Is there anything in there, sir, that needs to be corrected?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and how old is your youngest child?
10 months.
Okay, and how old is the child that you have in common with Ms. Rakunas?
10 years.
The defendant quit high school after completing the 9th grade. He reported that he has a GED and has taken some college classes. For the past 3 months, the defendant has been employed full-time by as a store manager. He indicated some months of part-time employment here, but before being hired full-time. He indicated that he works for commission and did not report an average amount. The defendant stated that he received $700 per month on a bridge card. He reported no community service involvement and no history of military service. Are there any corrections that need to be made in that paragraph, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so let me just clarify something, sir. You're employed full-time as a store manager and you don't have any sort of salary. It's 100% commission-based?
No, I'm sorry. I misunderstood that. I do have a salary, Your Honor.
Okay, well, how much do you earn per month, or how do you want to break that down?
I make, you want the gross?
That's fine.
The gross is $1,200 a week.
Plus commission, or do you not receive commission?
It's commission or salary, depending on which is higher.
Okay. All right, and then you're also receiving $700 a month on a bridge card?
That is correct, but that will be canceled shortly.
Okay, because my math, sir, shows that $1,200 a week gross, that's $62,000 a year if you're there for an entire year. And then you're also receiving $700 a month on a bridge card. When is that supposed to be stopping?
This month was my last month, I believe. I sent in the paperwork, but I haven't received a response.
Okay, the defendant stated that his health is fine. He reported no serious accidents or illnesses in his past. The defendant is not currently under a doctor's care and is taking no medications at this time. He reported no history of mental health treatment and no family history of mental health problems. Does anything have to be corrected in that paragraph, sir?
No, Your Honor.
The defendant denied any alcohol, drug abuse. He reported that he does not do drugs or alcohol. Anything need to be corrected in that paragraph?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and so here's the recommendation that was put forth. It is not recommended that the defendant be placed on probation, and the recommendation is fines and costs, incarceration, and restitution to victim upon receipt and review of possible additional estimates. And then there's an estimate, it says here, $3,217.51 estimate has been provided. So I'm going to take a look at that estimate right here with you, sir. And it shows, all right, the cost of the parts and materials is, I'll add that up specifically, $1,056 plus $250 plus $852. And so that's for sheet metal, mechanical, electrical, and refinish. That's what the cost of that is for. That's $2,158.
May I ask a question, Your Honor?
Okay,
You said mechanical and electrical. I keyed the driver's side rear door. There shouldn't be anything other than at most painting that whole door. There's no way that costs $3,000.
hold on. Okay, hold on.
You can get a whole car painted for $3,000 or less.
Molding front door side. I'm guessing LT is left. Molding rear door side, door shelf front left, repair, refinish. Molding front door, mirror outer, front door handle, door shell rear, molding rear, door belt, handle rear door, panel, assy, body side, quarter
Your Honor, it
glass,
sounds like she's trying to get me to pay for everything wrong with her car.
Sir, please don't interrupt me. I'm going through this and reading it because you're not a person. So you asked the question, so I'm giving you the answer. So please don't interrupt me.
I apologize.
Cover rear bumper, sealant kit, quarter glass, hazmat, somewhat repair, bar car, free scan, post scan. So, okay. So Ms. Rakunas is here, so I'm going to ask her some of those questions, sir. But right now I'm going over some of this with you. And so then the labor was 33.8 hours. And so with all of that is where the 3,200, I'm sorry, 14.2 hours at $45 an hour seems to be where the labor comes in. Yes, so that's where all that breakdown is. And there's a sublet repair of $10 and tax on sublet of 60 cents. And there's tax on everything. So $3,217.51 is what the estimate shows. Now, let's set the estimate aside, sir. As to the recommendation for fines and costs and incarceration, what would you like this court to know before I render my sentence?
I would like the court to know that I made a mistake out of anger and frustration after 4 to 5 years of dealing with this issues with this lady. I have done everything in my power to control myself and to control my anger and to just deal with it and fight her in court. I made a mistake. I don't feel sending me to jail so I lose my job and get behind on my mortgage is the right thing to do in any way, shape, or form. I keyed her driver's side rear door. You had mentioned the bumper, the mirrors, moldings, and everything else. This is an older vehicle. It's not a brand new vehicle. All the damage on her vehicle was not caused by me other than the driver side rear door. It is absurd that she would put on here to have me fix things. I heard something about a window, a rear bumper, a mirror, electrical and mechanical. Once again, Your Honor, I am in a situation where this woman is trying to take and get anything and everything she can from me out of spite and anger. I made a mistake and I keyed her car, absolutely. But I don't deserve jail time and I don't deserve to pay $3,000 to fix her whole entire car. You can get that door, you can get a whole car painted for $1,500. I feel it should be to fix that door, which I'm more than willing to do. And if I'm in jail, I definitely can't do that.
All right, Ms. Rakunas, can you please step forward? Okay, and so ma'am, I'm recording on the computer here, so I'm just going to need to make sure that you're speaking as loudly as possible. So can you please state and spell your first and last names, please?
Alethea Rakumis, Ilithya, last name Rekoumis.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and ma'am, what would you like the court to know regarding this incident?
I couldn't even go to my daughter's basketball game, which I attended every single game. The second one he shows up to, this is what happens.
Wait, what do you mean? I'm confused. You couldn't attend your daughter's?
I'm saying.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on, please let me ask my question. The recording can only record one at a time.
Sure.
You couldn't even go to your daughter's basketball game. Why couldn't you attend the basketball game?
Oh, I went to the game. I'm saying without something happening. This
Oh.
happened at our daughter's basketball game. And as far as the things that he's speaking of, a lot of them he's telling lies, for one. That 2019, that was for him physically abusing me for about 5 years. Yes, I am taking him to court. He had referred to that for the court, because his fiance allowed our daughter to vape. Ever since then, I've been having issues. He's been harassing me, which is why I finally got the PPO. Okay? I'm the one doing it the court way, making sure I go to court. As a mother, if another adult allowed your child to vape, I'm sure somebody else might take it into other hands. I'm trying to do everything the legal way, and I've been dealing with this, and it's crazy. I just want our daughter to be able to have a normal life, be happy there, be happy at home. That's it. And as far as me keeping her from him, you are more than welcome to go through the record. I didn't even keep her from him when I found that out. I've been doing everything the legal way. He's had his daughter during his parenting times when he's supposed to, and everything like that. It's through third party because of the PPO in place.
Okay, and so what's the pending front of the court matter, or the recent front of the court matter? Was it for custody, parenting time, child support?
It's for parenting time in regards to, I asked for a no contact order with his fiance, which was his girlfriend at the time. In regards to that, the referee denied my claim, even though I sent in everything to him. I have proof of everything, all the documents. He also lied in court. I let them know that, where he said that his daughter never told him. I have the text messages where his daughter did tell him.
Tell him what?
That his girlfriend allowed to be.
Okay, so, all right, so here's my question. The estimate on the vehicle.
Yes. So that estimate, I went to the place that was well known, and I got a recommendation through family and friends. That's where I went to take my vehicle and have it done. I don't know. I know they can't just paint one little strip because then it's going to show. It's, you know, and yeah, my car is an older vehicle. I was in an accident. I hadn't even had my car a couple weeks. And here he goes and keys my car that I'm a single mom of 3 kids.
Okay, you said you were in an accident. What time was the damage?
No, this is a whole different vehicle. I have a brand new vehicle.
So you only had this
Hold on,
you only had this vehicle for 2 weeks?
For a couple weeks, that was it. For a couple weeks, I bought it off of a friend's mother that I grew up with. I
Okay.
bought it off of her, and I got a good deal on it, and no, there might have been other scratches and stuff on my car, but he keyed it from one end to the other, but it's mainly.
Okay, hold on, you said one end to the other.
Yes.
I need more
The
specifics.
driver's side, he keyed it from one end to the
So from
other.
the tail light to the
It's
front.
right before the tail light. It's more in depth, yes, on the back passenger door. That's where it's more in depth, where he like went in with full strength, it looks like. But also, I don't know what they have to do. I didn't ask those kind of questions. I don't know if they have to take it apart to do it.
Right.
I do work at Roush, and I know that when you are taking apart a car, the moldings and stuff like that, those pieces tend to break off, so they have to replace those pieces.
Okay, so you
So I
said he
don't
went
know.
from one end to the other, so he
Correct.
started close to the tail light and went
We're
deeper on the left rear door,
correct.
and then when did he end?
It looks like it ended somewhere around the front door, and then it goes a little bit like, just a little bit on the front bumper area, that's it.
Okay, and so do you have any photos?
They had the photos here,
Who's
they had
they?
pictures, the officer here.
Okay. And what kind of vehicle is it, ma'am?
It's a 2010 Acadia. I know that the gentleman too, where I took it, said he was more than welcome to come here. He didn't know if he needed to, so I don't know if he needs to call, but it didn't ask for me to have anyone come to court.
No, we wouldn't have to come to court right now. Sir, okay, so, sir, how long were you and Ms. Rakumis, in a relationship
8 years.
before it ended? Okay, and how long has it been, how long have you not been in that relationship?
6 years.
Okay, and so there's a parent assignment custody and support order, correct?
That is correct.
And so you attended your daughter's basketball game,
That is correct.
and instead of just going in and observing the basketball game, you found it necessary to key her mother's car.
I had just gotten paperwork that morning from Ms. Rakumis arguing or putting in an appeal for the judge's decision. The judges have several times dismissed her claims in her cases. The judge had told her that if she doesn't allow my kid to come over during scheduled times, they will put her in jail. And every time I turn around, Your Honor, it's a different battle with this woman. And all I want to do is see my kid. If it was up to me, I'd never talk to her again. I just want to see my kid. But it's a constant
Well, sir,
struggle. Every girlfriend that I
sir.
have, everything that I do, she has a problem with and tries to keep her from me.
Okay, listen, at the end of the day, the two of you like each other enough to procreate a child, okay? And so, like it or not, you have a child in common, and so you're always connected, always connected.
I've tried
Whatever
everything in my power to get along
Let
with
me
her.
let me finish. Whatever the issues are between the two of you that you cannot communicate effectively for the benefit of your daughter, that's going to all backfire on both of you with your daughter. That's what's going to happen. Whether you are angry or not, sir, because of what you received in the mail, it's not any justification, any reason, any excuse to damage her vehicle. With
I agree with
behavior
that.
like that, I'm sorry?
I agree.
With behavior like that, sir, I don't see how there's an expectation, a realistic expectation of improved relationships for the benefit of your daughter.
Your Honor, I've done everything in my power to try to get along with this woman. And her hate
No,
and
sir.
spite is
No, sir, no, you have not. Because
For
trying to
5
get along
years,
with
I
somebody
have.
doesn't, don't interrupt me, please. Trying to get along with somebody does not mean keying their car. And I don't know your fiance, I don't know who she is, I don't know if she told you not to do it or she encouraged you and supported you to do it. But if it's the latter, that's shameful. And then as a parent sending a child over to that environment, I would be concerned and nervous myself. Man, that doesn't mean that that should be a reason as to why your daughter doesn't go over there, or there's negative communication regarding her father or whatnot. Now, I'm going to presume that she's aware of this incident, correct?
Unfortunately, she is aware.
How is she aware of the incident? Did you tell her?
She was there when I seen it, and
Hold on. She was there when you saw it keyed. Well, she was in playing her basketball game, so how did she know who did the keying?
when we came out,
I know.
she even said, my dad did this. I, till very last thing, told her no. I've never admitted to her. She knows in the back of her head that he did this. I've never.
How, so a 10-year-old child said, my dad did this?
Yeah.
She just came right out and said that.
Yeah, he's threatened me in front of her, even previous to this.
So what is your parenting time schedule?
Every Wednesday, I pick her up from school at 3:00, take her back to school at 7:30 in the morning, and every other weekend.
And so, ma'am, your motion that you had filed, you said parenting time. You filed the motion for parenting time. What was your request?
My request was for there to be a no contact order with the girlfriend, or I guess his fiance now. They weren't engaged when this happened.
Were they living together?
Yes.
Well, how did
And I
you
have-
expect that was going to be effectuated, ma'am?
I didn't know how else to ask the court, because I asked for that or for her to take parenting classes, because he didn't allow her to vape. Do I think her dad would allow her to vape? Absolutely not. The girlfriend does.
This is the point at which you would communicate with Mr. Heisler to say, Mr. Heisler,
I did.
and say, hey, listen, our daughter has a vape. She says your girlfriend gave it to her. So that's how that goes. To say that there is a no contact order, I mean, they live together. That's almost
I
impossible.
was asking you.
I know you were,
Okay.
but they live together. So of course the judge is going to deny that request unless there's some physical harm happening to your child. Right? Now, I'm not suggesting that vaping isn't a concerning issue.
Correct.
But perhaps somewhere in the middle, other than a no contact order, may have been something that was feasible. So from Mr. Heisler's perspective, I can see where his frustration is that it seemed frivolous, because how is there supposed to be no contact order when they live together? From your perspective, I see that you're trying to make sure you and Mr. Heisler are on the same page. Mr. Heisler,
Yes.
did you have a conversation with your girlfriend regarding vaping?
I did.
Are you and Ms. Rakumis on the same page regarding your daughter and vaping?
She should not be able to vape, period. Yes,
Okay, so you and Ms. Rakumis are on the same page with that.
that is correct. And that's why the judge dismissed her
Is
allegation.
your girlfriend also on the same page with the two of you now?
She has always been on the same page. The CPS report was written, and Lorelai, our daughter in common, said that she never hit a vape at my house. She never Nicole never let her hit a vape at my house. She had hit a vape at her friend's house. And
Did the vape come from your house though?
it did not.
Okay, it happened while she was during your parenting time. There was
The
a
allegation
CPS,
was-
there was a CPS case? Did you just say there was a CPS investigation and that was from this case?
There was, and it was dismissed because the allegations were unfounded. Just like all of the other allegations that Ms. Rakumis has put against me.
Okay, hold on. Ms. Rakumis, you contacted CPS regarding the vape?
Your Honor, I
Is
did.
that yes or no?
Yes. May I say something?
What's that?
In regards to that, it's all documented. Ecorse Police Station, Wyandotte Police Station. He called me the day he got the call from CPS and threatened me on the phone. I didn't know he got the call. I didn't find
Okay.
out until the next day.
Okay,
He
there's
told us about-
clearly a lot of animosity
Yeah.
between the two of you from a long history.
But he.
So my
told us
question
about-
is, you contacted
I
CPS
did.
on the vape and they investigated it?
They went there, they told me they put a plan in place that he had to have all of his paraphernalia up, because they smoke marijuana or whatever, and they also, she does have vapes. I don't know if it's cigarettes, I don't know what it is, okay? But he told my daughter that day that she wouldn't be allowed to see him anymore. That's why my daughter went and said that. The same day was on a Wednesday, if you look into the paperwork. She went there that Wednesday, he picked her up from school. They were there coming to the house that day. I didn't know that. My daughter came home the next day mad at me. She called back and called CPS.
Okay, Mr. Heisler and Ms. Rakumis, I'm sure all this has been hashed out at the front of the court and then at the Third Circuit Court. But you're gonna spend a lot of time and money on lawyers and in court if the two of you can't get it together for the sake of your daughter. You absolutely need to figure out a different way to channel your anger and frustration. Keying her car is not one of them. And then, sir, you want this court, you said that you shouldn't go to jail because then you would lose your job and get behind on your mortgage. Again, that isn't the court. That's not the court, sir. That's because of the result of your actions.
I understand my actions
are
were-
why you're here. And so you're trying to minimize and say you shouldn't go to jail for that. And sir, given your criminal history, you're not a candidate for probation. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order the following. I'm going to order 60 days jail. I'm going to suspend that jail. You have the following, sir, that you have to make sure that you're doing. You're not to violate any criminal law of any unit of government. You're not to leave the state without the consent of the court. You are to participate in an 8-week anger management class, and you are to pay restitution. You're disputing the amount of $3,217.51, sir?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, we will have to schedule this for a restitution hearing, and that will be in person. And we'll set that for June 11th. And so, ma'am, if you'd like to have the individual that submitted the restitution, they can be here that day.
Sure.
And we can do it at 11 a.m. And that's in person.
So I can take it.
I'm sorry?
Will I get a document so I can take it there and let them know?
I won't have a document. I mean, you can ask for something from the window.
Thank you.
I have to ask for something from probation. Sir, that means that at this point I've suspended your jail. If you don't participate in the 8-week anger management course, or there's any other violations, then you potentially will be serving that time.
I understand.
So I'm going to schedule this for a jail review on July 16th at 11 a.m. Any questions?
I have a question, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
What is a couple questions. One, what is the name of the company that she went to get the quote from? And is it possible to have her go and get at least 2 more quotes from other reputable companies?
So it's Sullivan's Collision in Lincoln
Yes, what
Park. And ma'am, you will need to get 2 more estimates so that in the event there are differences or whatnot, then I would likely take the average of the 3.
That's fine.
Whatever that may
I've
be.
done
So that's what we'll do. And then you said you had a couple more questions, sir?
That'll be okay. You answered them, Your Honor.
All right, as to fines and costs. The court's going to order a $500 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, $300 for the cost of prosecution, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, for a total of $1,025, plus the restitution, which has not yet been determined. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in regards to the anger management, and this question is because in the past, he had to attend, and as soon as he paid off his fines, they let him drop out of the anger management. Is that gonna happen again?
Did that occur in this court?
No, that's why I'm asking.
Then that's not a thing you have to worry about, ma'am.
Thank you,
Because his anger management attendance has nothing to do with his fines and costs.
thank you.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you both back on June 11th in person. And even though there's a PPO, you can still attend the same court. One just has to be in a different location. There shouldn't be any verbal or nonverbal communication.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's go off the record. Yeah, so you have to email in the probation, sir, by 10 o'clock, okay?
It's 9:54 right now. What's the probation office email?
27dcprobation@yn.mi.gov.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, have a good day. Okay. All right, so we have Mr., okay, yeah, are we ready to go? Or do you need a
Morning,
minute?
Justin. Mr. Westmoreland's gonna stay back with me.
All right, that's a new look, okay. All right, so let's go on the record in the matter of Christopher Newstead, 161018. And appearance, counsel?
Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Newstead. Mr. Newstead, would you please state your name?
My name is Christopher David Newstead Jr.
Okay, and so, sir, you were placed on probation, back in 2016, it looks like? And,
Yes.
then it appears though you had a probation violation and you failed to appear. So a warrant's been issued for your arrest for the last 8 years, it looks like.
Yes, which I had completely forgot about that any of that had actually even occurred.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, what's that?
It was so long, I'd actually forgot any of that had occurred, Your Honor. I thought it was gonna be a normal traffic stop.
Okay, I don't even really know what that has to do with not showing up for probation, but sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and so counsel, what's happening today?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, we are prepared to enter a guilty plea for failing to appear for a probation violation.
All right, and so the court is going to ask you a few questions, sir. Sir, you were placed on probation for the charge of loitering where drugs are kept, used, or sold, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and so you were ordered to, well, you had violated your probation and you failed to appear for a probation violation hearing in January of 2017, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It's because you failed to complete your workforce age, you tested positive for marijuana, and you failed to apply for a payment plan. And as to all those allegations, sir, how do you plead?
I'm guilty.
And you understand you've gone over your advice of rights for probation violation purposes, correct?
Say that again?
You've gone over your advice of rights for probation violation purposes, correct?
Not really, but
We're not gonna have a hearing on this. We're just entering a guilty plea.
okay. Then whatever he said, I'll go with my counsel.
Okay, and you understand, sir, that you do have the right to have a contested hearing in this matter. By entering into a plea, you'll not have that contested hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and you also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, correct?
Yes.
And knowing all that, you want to continue with your plea.
That I should do. Yeah. Yes. I'm just going off of what my counsel suggests.
Okay, you understand the recommendation in this matter is for probation to be revoked, close the case without improvement, and add a $50 probation violation fee, and for you to pay your fines and costs. Do you understand that?
Yes, he did explain to me.
All right, and knowing all that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And anybody promise you anything, threaten you, or coerce you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, they have not.
And counsel, if you can please run to your client.
Mr. Newstead, were you placed on probation out of the Wyandotte District Court?
Yes.
You gotta speak up.
Oh, yes.
As a term and condition of probation, were you to complete workforce days?
Yes.
Did you test positive for marijuana on December 15th of 2016?
Yes.
Did you fail to comply with a payment plan?
Yes.
And you understand those are all violations of your probation, correct?
Yes.
Satisfied, Judge?
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violation. And counsel?
Yes, Judge, I would just ask that the recommendation be adopted of Mr. Newstead. He's extremely apologetic. He's looking to pay this off and get this behind him as quickly as possible.
Please.
Okay. And sir, where are you working?
I work at. It will be going on 8 years. I've actually had the job. Like, I got it right after this happened and been working there ever since.
Okay, and so you've been working there all that time, and why aren't you making any payments here, sir?
I didn't know. I had a lot going on, and then once the COVID times hit, my brain was really, really fuzzy after I got sick twice with COVID. And things just weren't right since then. I know that's no and probably not a valid legal excuse, but that is what happened. And I am very contrite and just want to move this past me so I can, live on with my life.
All right, well, sir, how did you end up in custody today?
I was just driving my brother home from work. As I said, I didn't even think anything. I thought it was just going to be a normal traffic stop. I was taking him home last night at about, I'd say, 11:30 p.m. And I was just stopped heading back home. And the officer ultimately ended up taking me in.
Okay, I'm not really sure what. Okay, sir, how much are you able to pay today?
How much can I pay today?
Yes.
I can't pay anything. The soonest I can pay would be my next payday, which is, what's today, the 14th? 15th is Wednesday, 16th, so would be the 24th of May is my
So
next
you want me to
payday.
let you out, sir, with the fact that you've blown us off for 8 years. You want me to let you off, and you're saying that you're gonna pay.
I swear I will. If I don't, put me straight into, if you see me again, send me straight to jail. I will come back here. I swear to you.
There's not an if, sir. The court's gonna revoke probation, close the case without improvement. Here's your payment plan, sir. Can you pay $100 a month?
A month? Yes, I can pay $100 a month. Yes, I can.
You have to pay $100 per month. You have to pay $100 per month beginning May 24th. On your balance of $914. Probation's revoked, case is closed, with the exception of your fines and costs. Sir, if you do not make your payment, you will be arrested and you will serve the time in jail.
Yes, ma'am, I totally understand. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day. You have a lovely rest of your day. Appreciate it.
Have a good day. All right, off the record.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. He needs an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Joke. Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Green, we're going to start bringing people in person. People are going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs the grant.